Hello guys, this is the process of me trying to replace the HV fuse uh, for the heater. This is Tesla Model S, and we had a problem where the heater actually blew up. And once the heater blew up, what happened with that is the fuse also blew up. It was a loud bang. I couldn't figure it out at that time. What was it? But later on, I learned that's the fuse box, which is the blown fuse. The problem with Model S is I don't know if this is for both right hand and left hand side. This is the fuse box, as you can see. This box over here, right? In order to remove it, if I can quickly tell you what to do is, first of all, you have to remove the wipers. You start from removing the wipers, right? And the wiper is held at 3 point. There's a 110 mm over here, wiper arm actually, 110 mm bolt over here, one over here, and there's a one attached somewhere on the strut which I have taken off at the moment. So there are three 10 mm bolts to remove, and the wiper arm will come off. Once the wiper arm comes off, you will have to remove all of the trims as well. So it is pretty easy to remove. It's not that difficult. So you will start. First of all, you have to remove the small trims. You don't have to remove the bucket and these bits, so the front can remain in place. It's just the strut has to be removed as well. You don't need to remove anything else. I have removed the minimum stuff in order to access this box. And as I will show you, you have to remove the wiper arm, then the wiper mechanism. Wiper mechanism is connected over here. There is a connector over here. I don't know if you can see it. It's attached there, so you have to put a screwdriver in there, small flathead screwdriver, to get that connected to come out. Then the wiper arm will come completely off. Tuck that aside. You have to also remove the fuse box. The fuse box has got a few points of connection. 10 mm two bolts over here. As you can see, the bolts are put in place over here, and these are the big connectors you have to remove. Of course, before you do anything, you have to remove the 10 mm this negative terminal from the battery. This is the low voltage battery 12 volt terminal, so you have to remove that first, and let the car sleep for a while. Let the voltage die out, then you can remove it. The way this is removed is, you see these 2 points, you press on this inside, and then you pull the lever out. This is the same mechanism which will be used for all three connectors, one here, one in the middle, one on this side, which is stored on this side at the moment. You also have to remove the these two I think this is 13 mm bolts, 13 mm nut attached to this, so you have to remove this also. Otherwise the fuse box, which is now stored over here, but the fuse box will not come off. You have to remove the fuse box, and there's a 12 mm I think 12 mm, or I don't remember. There is another 12 volt positive cable connected to the fuse box. You have to remove that as well, which I have removed in this case. You need to remove the fuse box so that you can take off this thing. This is the air reservoir. It's installed in such a way that you can't even see that the box will not be even visible. So you have to remove this. The easy way to remove this is, it has to got two clip type of stuff attached to it. So you have to undo this 10 mm bolts and remove this completely. You have to position it on a certain angle, and you can pull it off. So yeah, so you have to remove it to be able to move this aside. Actually, you have to literally move this aside, otherwise you can't access anything in there. So this job requires the car to be completely shut off. So the car, we have turned off the 12 volt before. You also have to take this fireman loop. It's called high voltage disconnect, this has to be taken off. If you can't take it off, don't think of even doing anything here, because this is a high voltage fuse box. If it is energized, it's going to instantly kill you. It's 400 volts DC power, so that's going to be worse. Don't attempt it. Be very careful. Be very cautious. If in doubt, probably don't do it. Just leave it. This job is supposed to be done from underneath when you remove the battery and then access it. So everything what we're trying to do here is done from engine bay. I have managed to change the switch. Sorry, I've managed to change the fuse without having to lift the car up and remove the battery. But I'll show you in a minute. So to recap, what we have done is we have removed the wiper arm, then we have removed the trim around it, that trim which goes over here. Make sure it's not raining or anything, because the water is just going to ingress inside. So remove the trim and then remove the wiper mechanism underneath. As I said, this is connected by 3 10mm bolts. You can remove it from there, and there's one more point over here. I think here, but I've taken it off at the moment. So you removed all that, and then you have to remove the usual trims. Like there's one in the center, there's one underneath, and there's 2 on the side, and 2 covering this shock absorber, so around this area. So that's easy enough. I mean, if you don't know how to do it, probably I don't know, you should be doing this. So make sure that you know all that. You don't have to remove the frunk or any of the frunk attachment. You have to remove the fuse box, as I said before. The fuse box removal is a bit fiddly, but it shouldn't take more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes max. Then remove these 2, loosen these 2 bolts. There are attachment point to this air reservoir. You have to put it aside. Once you have put that out of the way, you can access underneath this, and I'll show you what it looks like. I have to, use the front like this to be able to access inside, because this is such an inaccessible place. I don't know who thought this is a good idea. What was the probably reasoning behind it? Putting the fuse box, something which will, which is kind of replaceable. The actual item, which is the heater or maybe aircon, probably is easier to install and remove than the fuse itself, which is I can't understand the reason behind it. But as you can see, here's a fuse box, and what you have to do is you have to remove. There are 3 points. You need a portable light like this, because it's going to be dark even on a sunny day. There's so much buried inside. What you can see now is because I have removed the screws. Sorry, remove the nuts from these 3 attaching points. So one is over here. You can see this one. There's one at the bottom. I don't know if my hand will go there. Here, as you can see, like a leg, like a structure, and there's one on this side. You can see in the middle. These 3 points are attaching point. The whole unit has been designed in such a way that it can only be removed after removing the battery underneath. So this is the design like. So I don't know why this is facing the other way. If this was facing this side, I mean towards the front of the car, the whole plate, this plate, if this was easy to, then it would have been much easier to remove. Well, I don't know. Maybe that will have its own challenges. But as you can see, there's a hydraulic line going from here, which is quite annoying, which is very difficult to work with actually. But somehow I've been through this now. So again, I will say double check, triple check that your fireman loop is disconnected. If it is connected anyway, you will get electric shock of high voltage DC. Probably you won't survive that. Don't do that. Be careful. So also be very careful here, and you have to undo this part first. The very first is this one. Once you remove that, then use a long reach extension like the one I had. Let me show you that. This sort of this sort of extension and a 10 mm attachment to this. I use a ratchet tool to undo this one, undo 10 mm bolt under this connector and that connector. It's quite difficult to reach, but this is the most challenging job you will get. You don't have to completely make it loose. Completely take it off. Otherwise, I can't imagine putting it back. It will be so hard to do. So what you can do is probably just move it a few turns so that it is not tightened. Just take it slightly off. I don't know how long the screw is, but I'm not going to risk it. I only did a few turns so that it's loose enough. And then I did the other one as well. Same way, the bolts were not taken completely off, and this will slide easily. So it will come all the way up to here. You can see this is a motor here. So there's not enough space anyway, so you can't take it out because there are so many connectors underneath that, and you don't really need to take it out. The fuse box has got large connectors going on the side. You see the top one, this connector, is what is going to the heater. If you have to replace the whole heater with the cable, I don't know why would you do that. The cable is same. So even if you replace the heater with a new one, you can use the same. You have to remove it from here. I didn't do it. Or you can use the same cable like I did. So as you can see, once you move this off, there will be enough gap. You should be able to use a ratchet tool to undo these bolts. So what I did was, I had a tool. I'll show you in a second. I had a tool like this. This is a ratchet tool, right? So I used it to undo the bolts. Start from the bottom. Yeah, that's quite hard to reach, but this is the hard work you have to do. Don't undo all the bolts, right? Just do like 75% at the bottom. All 3 screws you see at the bottom, do 75% to 3 screws, right? And don't take it off, because I'm worried about losing it. If it falls down, I don't know how you're gonna bring it back up. Then you will lose it. It will be quite difficult to fetch it. I would suggest you don't have to take it completely off. There are downsides of it, but that's far less than the downside of losing it down that battery gaps over there. So you might want to just undo the last 3. I will say open it up 75%, leave it in there in the hole. Then rest of them, apart from bottom 3, remaining easy to take off. It's not easy relatively, but compared to the bottom ones, you have to be patient. You have to use a lot of turns, and the bolts are probably, I think it has got some sort of, they're not like, you loosen it and it will, then you can hand undo the bolt. You can't. So you have to keep using the ratchet up until the very last moment. Don't lose it in the bottom. Or always, as you can see, what I've done is I have tied a thread to all the tools I'm using, because I'm sure that you're going to drop it. If you drop it, it will be very hard to fetch otherwise. So use some sort of thread. Make sure the thread is strong enough to, fetch the tool back. And if you do that, you will be safe, right? And then when you undo all the, I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws, leaving the bottom 3, don't do the bottom 3. Just loosen it up, and then you can pry it off, because it's quite tightly sealed with a rubber gasket around it. Pry the lid off, and it will open up enough up to here that you can access the fuse. Fuse is right around here, right on top. So it's not that difficult to access from the top. So yeah, you can probably do that. So yeah, once you get access to it's bit fiddly. The whole job is bit fiddly. If you can't afford to, lift the car up, take the battery off, I think it hasn't been designed to be worked from the top. Every nut and bolt is very hard to access from top. Probably not designed to be done like this. But I don't know how you're going to do it from the bottom. I think it will be probably easier from bottom. but I couldn't do it. And the guys I spoke to work with, they have given me 4 weeks of waiting before they can lift the car up and can do this job. It's winter is starting. I can't live without heater. So I thought maybe I can just do it myself. It's taken a long time, actually. It has taken 3 hours, but I'm a slow worker. I go slowly. So maybe you're more skilled than me and it will be easier for you. So few points. It's possible to do it. So I've managed to replace the fuse. I could test if the fuse was broken. I mean, like open. I will say open as in like open continuity. So I tested with the multimeter. You should have a multimeter to be able to test it. And as you can see, there's a quite large fuse. Actually, I haven't seen this large fuse before. So this fuse, I had a replacement one. It was not quite same number. Like, in the end, it didn't have 3-4. It had 0-6. But I believe it's a model difference. All of the parameters were matching. I think this one is a striker fuse. I mean, there's a loud bang because of the striking action when it goes off. Something strikes inside. I don't know what happens, but so this is the closest I could find, and I've just put it. Can't be bothered to find exact same part. It was quite difficult to find when I was looking for. So yeah, so if you can do this, then I've done it, so I'm gonna put it all back together and see how it works. Wishing for the best.